I can't imagine this particular quest being a particular challenge to just about anybody. And I would like it. I would like a stronger challenge. Like this team build would sort of that gets me into the balance problem. So I'm very well aware that I am like sitting on the bleeding edge of the highest power Mesmer build possible, if that makes sense. Like, I recognize that most teams that run through this content are not going to be quite as optimized with, like, you know, ultra Mesmer shutdowns like I have. So maybe it is balanced for the average team, which is not going to be quite doing this, at least the hero teams. But part of balance is a really interesting question. I sort of didn't want to get into it because I have a lot of ideas, and I'm afraid that, you know, if 2 weeks, like, the developers heard, then I would lose my precious Mesmers. But maybe I need to lose them because getting into balance, I have a lot to say about... I have a lot of ideas about this June 24 patch. So the only thing they did was that really, like, is they tuned down some of the numbers on domination, but that actually didn't affect my team at all, really, because most of my damage comes from illusion anyways, and then they buffed illusion with Signet Illusions. The problem is that the real strength of, like, domination is not even the damage numbers. Like, that helps, and that's a part of it, but... What am I doing now? Okay, so I got distracted. I was thinking about the balance. The problem, and I was going on a tangent about the power of domination. Well, in Mesmer more generally, it's that the real power of Mesmer doesn't actually come from its damage, although its damage is incredible. I think what they need to do, if you're listening, they need to bring almost all of illusion and domination down by another 50%. Like, literally another 50%. Because, like, it's like the shutdown that's the real strength here. So they have shutdown and they have damage. I think what they need to do is parse them apart. I think they need to seriously consider, like, so if something has, like, a major interrupt, it can't be doing 100 damage. Like, that's not fair. It's not balanced. Like, the problem is, like, for example, even Signet of Clumsiness, interrupt and 75 damage? 75 damage is more than Elemental, like, it's more than, and it's armor ignoring, and does shutdown. It's not fair. Like, you're never gonna have an Elementalist team if Mesmer can do that same amount of damage and do the interrupt. And then the interrupt procs frustration, which is the core of my build. So this is the core of my build. It's these 4 skills right here. Like, literally these 4 skills. Frustration, slows down casting, and punishes interrupts. And then you put on 3 interrupts. And then not only do these do mega damage... by the way, this number's higher. It's almost 100. This is 140. And you get the interrupt. So, like, this is too powerful. These 3. So, 2 weeks. If you're listening, it's these 3 skills that need to go. They don't need to go all the way, but you literally just take the damage off them. Or make it like 20 damage. Make it 20 damage. Because the damage should not be higher than a Mesmer... Or, sorry, than an Elementalist, like, fully spec'd into fire. It doesn't make any sense. Like, if the Elementalist is going to be doing exclusively damage, why would you make the Mesmer do the same amount of damage and do the interrupt? Like, you need to parse them apart. Make it so I could do the interrupts or the shutdown. Interrupts in general are problematic. Even the idea, the concept of, like, interrupts is problematic. Interrupts need to be more scarce. Because they make the rest of the game, like, obsolete. Because everything, all the damage, is channeled through skills. Like, anything the enemy does, like, look, anything any other class does is parsed through casting a skill. Like, casting a skill is the way the rest of the game works. The combat system works. But then you have one class that just... Like stops enemies from using skills? How can you have that in the game and then call it a balanced game? You can't. So anything that interrupts, you need to double the cooldown. Like double it. Take away all the damage. Or like 20 damage. Not 140 damage. Not 100 damage. 20 damage. And then double the cooldown. And make them way more scarce. Make them way more expensive, way more scarce. Because punishing a skill, removing a skill, is the most powerful thing you can possibly do. And you give it to us for free on a signet? Used by a hero AI that can do it instantly? With fast casting? So even the cooldown, like, fast casting needs a rework. You need to get rid of so keep the fast casting component. Let mesmers cast skills faster, but take off the recharge. So each rank of fast casting decreases the recharge time for your mesmer skills by 3%. So if you have 20... Wait, how much does he have? If you have 19 fast casting times 3, 57. 57? 57? Wait. Like, obviously I knew this was happening, but how... Like, 57? What you need to do is double... like, get rid of that. Or double... Like, just get rid of that. That's too powerful. Like, give them one or the other. Give them the recharge or the... Just get rid of the recharge component of fast casting. That they added that later. That was already never balanced. Get rid of that, because that just... It's just too much, and it makes everything else impossible to balance. Like, this 12 seconds becomes 6 seconds. Think about that. The 12-second recharge on Wandering Eye becomes 6 seconds. And so they're pumping that every 8 to, 9 seconds. Obviously a little bit less because they're stupid, but... Look at that. Spins around. Oh, it's ready again. Oh, it's ready again. And it shuts down all your skills. Oh, interrupted. I have frustration. Like, boom, you just blew up for 95 plus 130 damage instantly, and you didn't get spell. Dude, delete Mesmer, dude. How dare they? How dare they? How could, like, go sit in your meeting room. Go, like, 2 weeks. Go have a team meeting, a balance meeting. Because this will change PvE. This will turn the whole game upside down. And everybody will be pissed, but... Like, right now... Melee is obsolete. Elementalists are obsolete. Rangers are obsolete. Because... Mesmers... So have it... Hold a team meeting with your team. Okay, that mission's complete. Hold a team meeting. On the whiteboard, you say, Mesmer deleted. Deleted Mesmer. No. Really, what you actually do is get rid of the recharge decreasing component of fast casting. That's not fair. That's not balanced. It was never balanced that way. That sent Mesmers, like, off the freaking deep end. I'm gonna do Kobe. Then, anything that interrupts or interacts with interruption, double the cooldown, or increase the cooldown by another 50%, especially Wandering Eye, Signet of Clumsiness, and get rid of, well, I like Frustration, but it needs to come down. Get rid of the double damage from skill interruption. It's too much damage. It's 130 damage. Like, this, what I have right now, it's not acceptable. Like, the game would literally be more fun if I could bring Elementalists, but I can't. I want to use fire elementalists. I want to use air elementalists. I think those are cool. It would be cool to have a ranger or like an assassin or a dervish. I think there's a lot of like interesting build play, but all of it is obsolete because mesmers. So take a look at my build and then delete it. You guys like build this build yourself and then delete it from the game. Okay, let's see what Kobe's up to. Okay. So, the one skill that I'm, like, looking at so critically is this Blood Ritual. I hate having a 5th skill on my... I love keeping... Even... So, here's the thing about these blank spaces on my ritual list. Again, I explained this before, but I want him to sit doing nothing, literally waiting with his hand above the button, so that literally within a split second of shelter going down... Oh, there's a patrol coming. Literally within a split second of... It's not a dangerous patrol. Within a split second of shelter going down, I want him sitting with his finger on the button to put it back up. And he does, and that's how it works. But Blood Ritual is problematic because... I have my tablet plugged in. Because I was playing Reforged on mobile, which is great, by the way. I have some thoughts about that. Mostly interface. The hero, right now it's a little bit glitched. The hero menus don't remember the location. So every time you switch maps, these hero panels, like this one, reset location, which makes it unplayable. Literally unplayable. Literally unplayable. But otherwise really fun. I think it could work. Also, I don't think this is one interaction that I wasn't able to find on mobile. Maybe it is there. It's, you see how I'm using shift click to disable hero skills? I'm not sure that interaction's there. Maybe press and hold. I haven't tested, but I remember like being on mobile. I was like, oh, I need to disable a certain skill. And I wasn't able to on mobile. At least I didn't figure it out right away. And then I got mad. Don't even put a resurrection skill on this ritualist, because it's tempting to bring like a secondary profession or like a resurrection skill, because it just seems like it's like, oh, just put it there. The problem with putting a resurrection skill on that ritualist is, or you could probably have one if you keep it disabled. Like if you shift click. Oh, what the heck? Oh, the infernal worm. If you disable the resurrection skill, you could probably put it there, but don't leave it there for him to cast automatically, because it's literally the exact moment that a hero dies is when you need his rituals the most. You cannot afford to have him disappear for 6 seconds or 5 seconds or 4 seconds to resurrect, because it's those 4 seconds when you're under pressure and somebody's dead or dying that you need him to be lording over these two spirits and keeping them up. I've had many team wipes because... well, maybe not like so many for this exact problem, because I noticed it was a problem right away. If like... Because something special happens when a party member dies, it basically flips a flag and gives everybody permission to use their resurrection skills, and often you'll have... In fact, I think it's problematic. I even had this negative interaction with having 2 We Shall Returns. It seems like ultra powerful to have 2, but the problem is that the second somebody dies, like, first of all, if somebody's dying, that's already a crisis for your team, and you need to be at full attention, everybody doing full cycles, because you're under pressure and you're dying. Like, you need the shutdown. And, like, the second somebody hits 0, 2 of my heroes instantly cast it at the same time sometimes, and so boom, my team loses 50 energy, 25 each, which is devastating. The guy pops right away, but sometimes if they're in an AoE, they'll just die right again. So I was actually thinking of getting rid of one of these shouts and replacing it. Okay, there's two groups here, and I didn't aggro. He, like, one of them wiggled, like, right... Okay, now they're aggroed. I'll be okay, but... So, like, this is, like, the big brain stuff that keeps me engaged, is, like, for example, having 2 We Shall Returns. I've noticed that when a hero dies, they both cast it instantly. First of all, because their energy is so good, even at that deep into a fight, they'll still have enough to afford it. But it's problematic that they cast at the same time because you don't need 2 casts of it. But then, let's say later in the fight they can't afford it, one of them will cast it. So do you want them both to have it or not? I don't know. I haven't solved that problem. Maybe I could disable it, one of them. But what if he has energy and he doesn't? What are you doing over there? Did he run all the way around? I think he must have. He's behind me. That's funny. What are you doing over there? Oh, I have my spear out. Oops. Ah, and he gave me a shard. Thank you very much. Okay, so Kobe's up here. Is there... I forget what skills these guys have. Kobe... So they have the siege worms. Are these just warriors? Oh, look, Kobe didn't aggro. He's in a separate party. That's... Okay, this one's a monk. This one's a warrior. This one's an elementalist. But they have the same name. That's... interesting. I'm like dying of heat, by the way. It's like so hot in my room. Just for you guys. Like normally what I do is I keep my refresh rate at 60. Like I keep, because I have a super, I have 240 hertz, which is pretty good. But I turn it down to 6 during the summer. It's like summer right now. Hot, hot. Like I have an AC in the other room, but I turn my hertz down to 60. I turn my graphics down. Turn my lights off to keep it cool. Kobe's a mesmer. Okay, so what are the last 2 quests? I don't want to aggro that. Okay, fine. They make me aggro the... Okay. So yeah, it's like really hot in my room. I normally turn down my graphics, literally my graphics settings to try to lower the temperature of my gaming PC. But for you guys, I turned up the graphics. And also it's like recording, which requires more like horsepower. So it heats up my room. Hot, very hot. I also need to pee. TMI. Shouldn't have said that. Reshards. They need to update the AI of life. Life should not be cast out of combat. Like, maybe there's a reason they have it do that. Like, maybe people wanted that. But it causes my healer to constantly lag every 20 seconds. Like, he loses a second, so he moves like more than it. He loses like a second and a half every 20 seconds. And so he lags. He falls behind the rest of the party. And then sometimes that, if I'm moving around, it causes his shouts to fall off. So that's why, like, I pause like every... Usually I take the opportunity to, like... Yeah, but I basically can't... Like, the fact that life gets cast on recharge out of combat makes it so I can't run in a straight line. Like, indefinitely. I have to stop. Okay, I'm really, because I'm like an hour. How long am I into this? Have I been going for an hour? Probably. It doesn't say. Tower of Strength. Clear the... Okay, going back the same way. There's that field. I always remember that field. It has the weird enemies. What are they, Driders? It's called the Burning Forest. I wonder what the standard order. I'm literally following like what it's like. Again, I haven't done this in 5 years. What's the standard order to do these quests? I can't remember. There's obviously like a flow to it. It's giving me the next one usually. Oh, 60 gold. 60 gold. But I forget, like, if people would typically have done the Burning Forest before now. Or if that logic will clear the path of patrols. 5 patrols. Okay. Pop-ups. Monk, healing them. I'm gonna punish that monk for doing that. Okay, next patrol. Does this count as one of the patrols? I didn't even aggro it. Look at my health. It's just like solved. They need to... Okay, here's a piece of advice. They should lower blind from 90%. It shouldn't be 90%. Blind should probably be like a 50% miss rate or maybe a 60% miss rate. Blind shouldn't be 90% because currently it causes 90% miss, which I think is not quite fair because like basically all of Guild Wars is designed to like punish melee, and I understand like why certain power creep would have led to that situation, but it's basically caused like the tyranny of the caster classes over the melee classes, which doesn't need to be the case. So they need to, if you have like the balance team needs to look very carefully at ways, like look at that, like they're casting barrage and it's not even landing. Like you see those, like literally I saw a few barrages like come, not a single arrow landed. Like there, boom, there was a barrage, not a single arrow landed. That's not fair. Like that blind needs to be a lower percent effectiveness. It's 90% is too high. It's too easy to apply. And even when it does get applied, it shouldn't be 90%. And then there's a few other things that like very grievously injure melee classes. It's like tyranny over the caster classes. Come on. He's not using skills, which is why he's not... That's funny. It's like... That shows you how reliant this team is on punishing enemy skill casting. I have 5 patrols left. What counts as the patrols? Like... I'm sure they have answers. Maybe it's further up along this green line, the dotted line. Look at that. So I'm surrounded by melee. I have 4 warriors attacking me. Ranger, 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 ranger. I have 5 rangers attacking me. and my health bars literally are just not budging because my extend conditions basically like guarantees that they're gonna have like a ruinous amount of blind like shared broadly, which is obscene. It's like almost like pornographic, like so bad. It should like please 2 weeks. ArenaNet. Go back. Go to the whiteboard, and this is what you put at the top of the whiteboard. You say, we're gonna delete Mesmer. And then there can be peace. No, but really, I've given a lot of advice in this video, but yeah, the way I would approach the coming Mesmer, I think it's coming. I think the first patch was just to see how the community reacted, but I think they need to do it for real. And the way I would do it is you look at these 4 skills, take the damage off of Cry, most of the damage. You can have it do like 20 damage. Take most of the damage off this. Take most of the damage off of this. It's because if you think about the trade, like I have 5 patrols left. What are the maybe it's literally only talking about a few mobs like around the entrance. You have to, so when I'm building my build and when I'm thinking about all these interactions, like you cannot beat basically this. So these 4 skills together just on this one character solves most of the game. Think about it. So he's like ruinously every 10 seconds ish, he's ruinously punishing melee here on an AoE basis, not only with damage but a shutdown. And then these 2 skills on the outside are grievously punishing spellcasting. And then these 2 at the end, again, just complete spellcast domination over. It's like basically like Elementalist for dinner, a Warrior for dinner, Ranger for dinner. The game shouldn't be like that. I would like to see the shutdown of Mesmer sort of pulled apart. Like I think Mesmer has a lot of cool ideas. It's obviously the most unique class. It does unique things, but I think it would be smart to like pull apart the. They did this in Guild Wars 2, actually. They removed the damage from the CCs because they were having this problem where like the fears would do a lot of damage. They kept it in PvE, which actually I think is also a mistake. But in PvP, like you need to think about the Guild Wars 2. I remember this very distinctly. Like they literally had a patch. I forget when. It was a long time ago, like probably 10 years ago. They put out a patch, and literally like as the explanatory notes for the philosophy of the patch in Guild Wars 2, they were like we want to separate CC from damage in PvP. So if a skill does big CC, they lowered the damage down to almost nothing. And I think, you know, and they did keep some damage in PvE, but I think it would be smart to kind of adopt a little bit of that. I have 2 Shadow Patrols left. I think it's literally talking about individual mobs, not the whole patrol. So I think it'll be the Ranger. Oh, it literally is a Shadow Patrol. It literally is a mob called Shadow Patrol. It's not a patrolling mob. It's not like a. I thought it was like a. Because a patrol, like think about English language, a patrol could be a whole group walking, like it's a patrolling group. That's funny. Funny. They had actual mob named Shadow Patrol. Which, look, I'm being attacked by high-level Rangers and Warriors, and it's not even connecting. It's not fair. It shouldn't be like that. It's not fun. Well, it is fun, but only fun for a little bit, and then people get bored. Like, once you solve... That's I think one of the reasons why, like, the power creep, because it obsoleted half the classes in the game, literally, like, you need to think about this on a psychological level. It's like, if you give the cat... Like... We are cats. Like, the human players are cats. We're playing with mice. Like, you know how a cat, like, plays with a mouse? How, like, if the mouse dies, the cat loses interest and walks away. Like, if you actually let us kill other like obsolete rangers and warriors, yeah, it's fun to absolutely destroy them, and like they're casting, attacking, and none of it's connecting. That's fun, but basically the mouse is dead at that point. It's not a living mouse. The cat's gonna lose interest, and I think that's a little bit what happened, and maybe why people got bored of Guild Wars 1. Like, obviously there's still a community, but enter the Tower of... Is there a trigger that I didn't hit? This is a problem. Is this a bug?